The only thing that doesn't change in live performance is the fact that everything is going to change. What's happening, everybody? My name is Will. Welcome back to the channel. I want to walk you through something really quick. I've got a couple friends here with me. Michael is over at keys. What's up, Michael? Good to see you. Michael is standing in. He's just going to hang over by keys for a moment. Sam is over on drums. What's up, Sam? Thanks for being here. They're the sex appeal for this video, but I want to demo something for you called the Onstage Performance Network. Like I said, the only thing that doesn't change in live performance is the fact that everything is going to change. And most of the time when we're designing our setups, everything is kind of based on proximity. Who's going to run playback? Okay, Sam's going to run playback. So we're going to put the playback rig over near drums near Sam. Michael's going to run playback. So we're going to put the playback rig over near Michael by keys. But what if things are going to change? Michael's got a couple keyboards. We want to control those. Sam has a Roland SPD-SX. We want to control those. Typically what we would do is wherever our playback rig is, we've got 1,000 cables running from the back of our playback rig to those different locations on stage. There has to be a better way, and I think there is, and it's called an Onstage Performance Network. So over to the left, stage left of us, we have a playback server set up. We'll talk more about a playback server in a future video, but we have created a wired and wireless Onstage Performance Network, okay? So at our playback server, we have a network switch, and I've got an Ethernet cable from that network switch, and it's running right here. And what I have next to me is a control hub. The beauty of a control hub is I can place this up to 300 feet away from my playback server. And you can see I've already got a couple things plugged into this. We'll talk about what those are in a moment and why I like using a control hub. But I'm going to take my Ethernet cable. I'm going to plug this into my control hub. We'll give it a second. And what's going to happen is that network switch in there is going to boot up. And at the same time that that boots up, it's going to provide power to our Mio XL, our iConnectivity Mio XL. Now from there, we've got a lot of fun things happening. So let's take a look over at keys. With our control hub connected and booted up, over on at our keys setup, we have Michael's 3 keyboards. They're all receiving program preset changes from Ableton, which is super powerful. Makes Michael's life a lot easier as a keys player. He can just play and not have to worry about changes. And then we have an iPad. And the iPad is hardwire connected. We're using a Ethernet adapter that's coming out of our control hub, and that's allowing Michael to get access to our playback server. It's a hardwired connection. We're not relying on Wi-Fi, and it's providing power to his iPad as well. And you can see the iPad sitting on a mic stand. If you're using a mic stand, this is a great way to kind of discreetly tuck this into your setup and to make this work for you. But in addition to that, we have Sam's setup over here, and Sam's setup is kind of unique because we've got a Roland SPD-SX Pro. Underneath of the SPD-SX Pro, we have a screen. We have a keyboard with a trackpad built in, and that's giving Sam full control over the playback server, hardwired with a keyboard and with a monitor, which is super powerful. But wait, there's more. Next to me, I've got my laptop. Now, something I do quite often is help bands learn to communicate with the production team. As someone who's both been on stage as a guitar player, music director, as well as a front of house audio engineer, production director, creative director, I kind of live in between those two worlds. So something I often do is find myself sitting back at front of house, communicating with a front of house audio engineer, communicating with a tour designer, a lighting designer, video director, and trying to make edits and tweaks to our Ableton setup. Instead of me having to walk over to Michael's playback rig or walk over to Sam's playback rig, I'm able to grab my laptop, and because I have an Onstage Performance Network set up, I have full access to my playback server from my laptop. So I can go sit back at front of house with a fully wired connection if I want to. In this case, it's wireless, and I can have access to my playback server as well. And all of that is possible because of our Onstage Performance Network. Now, if you want to get the exact gear list that I use to set this up and make this happen, and learn how to do this yourself, head to futurerig.com. You'll get the full list, you'll get some extra training, plus you'll learn how you can get my help in designing your future rig and implementing my future rig framework. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to see more, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye.